What's up, guys? So I apologize for not getting any videos out recently. I've just been in kind of a funk with creating content and getting kind of frustrated with my camera because it won't let me airdrop files larger than like a gig to my phone, so that's why I haven't been uploading on Instagram and TikTok as much. And since I have an older phone, the camera quality isn't as good, so I can't just take, videos. It doesn't look very crisp on my phone, so that's why I try to use my camera as much as possible. So, but today we're going to be doing the, I guess, long-awaited Q&A and posing with my, I guess you can call my current posing coach, Blake. I have him tagged in my Instagram a bunch, so go check him out. He's been a great help throughout my kind of dive since I ever dove into bodybuilding fully, and I met him during his off season, and he just did really well at his first show, and he's gonna be something special. So go check him out. But we're gonna start off with the Q&A. So to begin, the first question is, what are my macros? So I don't track my macros exactly. I prioritize my calories and my protein intake. So calories, I try to get anywhere between 4,500 to 5,000 calories a day. It really depends on the day of the week. Some days, I wake up late or I go to bed late, so it affects my meal times and things like that, and how much food I can get in a day, or depending on what I have that day. I'm in the gym much longer, so I'm missing meals and blah blah blah. So one thing I've been trying to do is mainly keep track of my calories weekly instead of daily, and so some days I even eat upwards of 5,000 because I'm making up for other days. So, and it's also helped me keep track of my weight that way. So I still weigh myself every morning, but instead of getting hard on myself every day, because, for example, I've been 263 the past couple days, and today I was 261.5, I think. But instead of getting hard on myself, I look at it today I gotta make up for that, and I'll continue to make up for it throughout the week. So it's been a lot easier mentally, because especially if you are caught up on your weight, because I was always skinny, so I'm very fixated on my weight. I mean, obviously visualizing and seeing my progress in the mirror is different, but as you get, like everybody knows, body dysmorphia and things like that, so you kind of tend to critique yourself and not see yourself as good as you are. So that's why I do stick to the scale, because it's physical proof, and obviously water weight and things like that could play into it, but I like using the scale. So, but tracking it weekly, it kind of keeps my mind at ease, and it's just, the gym takes time, and your recovery and all these things tie into it, so it's not going to occur on a daily basis. So I like to go by weekly and see my progress weekly. So that's my calories. My protein, I go a minimum of 300 grams of protein a day. So my current body weight is 262.5. I've been 263, or 261.5, sorry. Been 263. So I'm trying to eat above, the 1 gram of protein rule. But 300 grams is my minimum. If I get over that, awesome, but that's usually what I try to stick to. Alright, next. What is your favorite and least favorite body part to work out? So my favorite would probably be back. I don't know why, or I do know why. It's dumb to say. Because I don't know, when you get a back pump, because most people it's chest, and I don't know if it's because I didn't have a chest for the longest time, but for me, like the back pump, like just feeling like super swole, I guess you could say, is like a great feeling. And then my least favorite for me is arms, because it's just boring. It just is. Training arms is, that's probably why I don't have good triceps, but like training arms is the most boring thing to me. and then probably shoulders. But I mean, just add to this question, for me it probably goes back, then legs, then chest, then shoulders, then arms. It's probably my tier list for body parts to work out. All right, next, what are your favorite clothing brands to buy from to work out in? So I am very simplistic, I guess you could say. All the people who probably watch this are people who work out with me, or have, or go to the same gym, I should say. And you guys probably like already know I wear the same shit every time. I have, you know, the same 3 stringers and tank tops that I wear. Same couple shirts and same shorts and sweats. So I don't really like to get too crazy with it. It just simplifies it because I'm there to work out. Obviously, I'm a strong believer of feel good, like because I play in lacrosse, I was feel good, play good, and at the gym look good, play good, and at the gym it's the same thing. I feel like if I look good, I have a good lift, but for me it's not a priority. But so an example, so my stringers are from Jed North. Me and my buddy got them because they were like $10 on sale one time, like a little over a year and a half ago. So got those. I love those stringers. They're stretchy. They're easy to take on, put on, take off and put on. Jeez. And then when you're, what was I gonna say? Oh, once you wash them, then they shrink back, so it's not like they stretch out and they stay stretched out. But those are from Jed North. I have a Raw Gear tank top and stringer. I like them both a lot, but I would say overall my favorite clothing brand, I'd say gym apparel brand, would probably be Dark Sport, which is this hoodie. This zip up, I wear it pretty much almost every day. Their designs are always great. The quality is great. I've never really had an issue with any of the stuff I've gotten from them. For example, like my Anaka shirt, not dissing Anaka, I love Anaka, but when I got my Anaka shirt a couple years ago, it shrunk after like 2 washes. Like my roommate put my stuff in the dryer and he accidentally put it on high heat and it shrunk. And Dark Sport, like as long as you, like I've had roommates throw this in on high heat on accident and it didn't shrink, so I haven't had any issues with their stuff. Like I said, the designs are super cool and I really like their message behind their brand. I like that a lot, so that's probably why that's my favorite gym brand. From there, it kind of just depends on your personal preference. Young LA, I only have a pair of sweats and a pair of shorts. The shorts don't really fit me because my femurs are so long. They're like short shorts. I still wear them sometimes, but the sweats are like my favorite pair of sweatpants I've ever owned. So yeah, love Young LA. And my Flag Nor Fail shirt that I got, I really like that. It's a little thin and it's starting to get holes in a couple places, but when I ordered from them, my first order, they sent me a handwritten note. I got a free hat, and that kind of stuff, you know, the little handwritten note, it's a little personalized and it makes you feel like you're entering a community of sorts. So, and same thing with Dark Sport. Like I'm not saying this is a necessity for a brand to do to make you like them, but like, you know, typically you'll see a lot of people that get like a couple things and they'll tag the clothing brand or the pre-workout brand or whatever, and they reposted it like instantly, and it's cool that a brand takes their time out to, you know, go out and recognize the people that are supporting them. So especially when a brand is bigger. So that's why I like Dark Sport. I love Young LA. They're all great. Raw Gear, I've had 2 pairs of shorts and like I said, the tanks and stuff. I really like them. It takes a while to ship, or what it did, at least when I was buying from them, but it's super great quality. None of that stuff over the years has ripped or anything, or tarnished or anything like that. So I think you can't really go wrong. It's just preference of who what designs you like and kind of the material you want to get. All right, so the next question, what is your workout split? So my workout split, let me see if I can find my old one. So for the longest time, I ran a different workout split. Sorry, it's somewhere deep in my notes. But then I switched it up to something I've been running for the last couple months. And I'll explain that in a second. Let me just find this real quick. So, my old training split that I ran, and this is a training split I ran while playing lacrosse as well, so that kind of had a play in it as well. It was a little different, but so I had and it was specific to days rather than just like a day one, because it just fit my schedule this way. But Sunday I trained chest and arms, Monday was just legs, Tuesday was back, arms, Wednesday chest, shoulders, arms, Thursdays legs, Fridays back, shoulders, and arms. And then I rested on Saturday, and then I hit calves as much as possible. I was hitting calves probably anywhere from 3 to 5 times a week. It kind of just depends, and I didn't hit core because I was hitting core during my other workouts that I had with my team, or because during fall ball I was hitting, we'd wake up early in the morning, we'd have team lifts, then practice, and then I'd go do my own workout again later in the day, in the afternoon. So it kind of just depends on the day. It affected if I even went to the gym, because if I had a leg day with the team and a leg day for my own personal day, I wouldn't do that. So, but that was my old training split. Then recently I switched to, once I was more kind of focused on bodybuilding, and because I just stopped playing lacrosse, as many of you guys know. So once I focused on bodybuilding, my split, I didn't really have a split. I just kind of followed a set of rules. It was for me, I didn't do legs after a back day, and I like to usually have 2 days of rest between training a body part again. And so basically I just went on how it felt. And so there were some days where I only needed 1 day of rest between a body part, so I could have gone chest and then legs, and then you know what, my back is not feeling too good, but my chest is, so I'm gonna hit chest again. And it kind of went like that, and I followed those rules and just kept rolling. And whenever I felt like my body needed a rest, I would take a rest. And some days I could go 7 days in a row, 8 days in a row without a rest day, and then some weeks I needed 2-3 rest days. And so I just listened to my body, especially because my training became more intense and more specified, so I had to listen to my body more. I made a lot of gains doing that. I'm not saying it's going to do for the same for you, but I really did like that style of training. The only thing is, since you don't have day one you're doing this, day two doing that, you do get kind of caught up in, you might leave a body part lacking. So keeping track of making sure, like, if you have a whiteboard or a calendar or even, a notebook, you can write down what dates you did what body part on. But to answer the question now, my current split has changed. So I just did my first, run through of it this past 10 days. It's a 10-day split. So it's day 1 is back, hammies, and core. Day 2 is chest, shoulders, and triceps. Day 3 is quads and calves. Day 4 is back, buys, and core. Day 5 is chest and calves. Then day 6 I rest. Then day 7 is legs, so quads and hamstrings and glutes. And then day 8 is back, buys, and calves. And then day 9 is chest, tris, and shoulders, as well as core. And then my 10th day I rest. So today currently is my rest day. of the split, so it's my last day, the 10th day, I guess you could say. I'm really curious to see how how the split goes. I'm gonna probably run it for a couple months and see how I like it. The back and hammies workout was probably one of the hardest things I've ever done. After every set, I was exhausted. I've never been that exhausted in my life. I mean, besides, you know, leg days, but it was very new, and I liked it. The back pump I had was insane, so I think I'm gonna really enjoy the split. And you know, I'm gonna try it for a couple months, and if I see progress, I'm gonna keep running it for a while. But the next question is best leg workout for hunting. So this question is asked by my uncle, and we grew up hunting. So for you guys who, you know, your goal for working out necessarily isn't bodybuilding, but it's other activities, there's a lot of things you can do, and you kind of just have to adjust your training. So I would say for hunting, you know, building your legs, I would say start, like, the main exercise would probably be squats, but doing things like sled pulls, sled pushes, things like weighted lunges, things like that, where you're kind of simulating the same movements that you would simulate in hunting, you know, because in hunting you might have to put on a backpack and hike out of wherever you are in the forest or in the mountains, or depending on what game you're hunting. So simulating that, you know, pulling a weighted object, because, you know, you can load the meat, your meat bags onto a sled and pull it out of there, or strap up the carcass to a harness and drag it out of there. So that simulates that. You know, squats are a great leg builder overall. So incorporating things, and lunges, it's the same thing as, you know, taking long strides and building that stability, because you're probably going to be carrying something. I mean, like, even if it's not an animal carcass or animal meat, you're carrying your rifle, ammunition, any binoculars, things like that. So that's what I would recommend for hunting to Uncle Lee. Yeah, so squats, weighted lunges, stair stepper would probably be great, just not only for cardio, but it's a great, like, kind of leg finisher and burner. But yeah, the stair stepper would be great because for cardio, like I was saying, and it's a great to toast your legs, even if you didn't hit legs before. It absolutely fries your legs, and it's just a great workout. That simulates those walking upstairs. Everybody knows going upstairs is pretty difficult. As I've gotten heavier, I've realized how difficult going upstairs is. But that would be my recommendation. So what's better, gym fits in the winter or gym fits in the summer? So I would have to say that gym fits in the winter. I love winter clothes, but I love winter clothes, but I get super hot all the time. Anybody who knows me, I'm sweating 24/7. And like today, I think it's 40 degrees outside, 43 degrees right now. And I mean, realistically, I could be in shorts and a t-shirt and I'd probably be fine. And comfortable. But so the summer for me is no bueno. Because I'm already sweating before I get into the gym, and I'm wearing t-shirts and a t-shirt and shorts, and it makes the gym even hotter. I like a warm gym, not a hot gym. There's a difference. I don't like a cold gym, but I like a warm gym, not a hot gym. And you know, some gyms in the summer they put on the AC and then it makes it cold. So that's what I don't like. But the winter, you know, you can throw on a couple layers, and throughout your workout you can keep layers on, take layers off. You have more variety, you know, because even like if you're someone like me who runs really hot, you know, you can pull up to the gym in the winter in shorts and a t-shirt and you're good. But in the summer you don't have the ability to throw on more layers. So I like the versatility. You can pair things a lot more because the styles, I feel for me, I think certain shoes and certain shirts go better, or certain shorts go better with a hoodie or a pair of sweats, or certain things like that. And so the winter allows you to give you more different clothing items to pick from, as well as you throw in beanies and things like that, because I'm a big beanie advocate. As you can probably see, I didn't even realize my hair is atrocious right now. Miles Krause, if you're watching this, I need a haircut right now. But like beanies, I'll just throw on a beanie. I don't gotta mess with my hair. Some hats, because my hair is like very thick and gets matted and stuff, some hats just won't fit, but beanies always will. So that's why I love the winter. Big beanie guy. But yeah, so winter gym fits are the best. Favorite influencers? Awesome question. So I mean, I'm gonna narrow this down off the bat. So I'm not gonna like say influencers as like, because you could say C-Bum's an influencer, but at the same time, like, I see him as more of a legit bodybuilder. And when I say influencer, I'm not taking away from anything they've done. For example, James English and Vaughn Walker, they're influencers, but they're pro bodybuilders. So but I see them more as an influencer than a bodybuilder, So love those guys. But so I'd probably say my favorite influencers are probably Max Taylor Lifts, Lex Little, let me see, Mike Van Wyck isn't an influencer. He's more of a coach for bodybuilding, but as in terms of like YouTube, like these are people I watch on YouTube and like other social media, like he is, I wouldn't call him an influencer, but I just want to throw his name out there because I think he's really awesome. But yeah, those are probably I'm trying to think of someone else. I'm kind of blanking on all the influencers right now. But I mean, my number one pick is probably Max Taylor Lifts. I've been following him forever, and that guy is so fucking funny. Like, some of the shit he comes up with, it really doesn't make sense. Not in like a bad way, like I just don't know. Like I guess I'm not funny enough to ever think of that. Dude's hilarious. His stuff is always entertaining. Drew, his video editor, is sick too. I've been following him recently. He's awesome at photography, videography, and editing, and very entertaining. Lex Little, I think it's kind of self-explanatory, but he brings that energy you need, even like, because a lot of days, or not a lot of days, but there's a handful of days where you may not feel like doing something, and you watch a Lex Little video and he's screaming at you and yelling, and he's getting you hyped up, and it gets you ready to do anything. So that's why I like those guys. They're both very entertaining, very funny people. So those are my favorite influencers. What are your thoughts on social media and the fitness world? So, I think it's great, and with some, like, you got to take it with everything. You got to take with a grain of salt, I would say, because we're at a stage now to where you have access to all this information, and it could be super beneficial for someone who's been lifting for a while or who's brand new, and it can help them avoid mistakes that a lot of people who started lifting before all this social media and these influencers and things like that were big and popular. They now have access to all this information, but at the same time, because there's so much information, there's a lot of information that is false or not true, or the social media is crowded and flooded with people who are just trying to promote their thing. And so you have people who are like focused on, hey, look at my stuff. Like, this is how to get big. Want to get big? Check out my programs. And I'm not saying selling programs or coaching is bad at all. Like, I'm not saying that whatsoever. But I'm saying, like, telling people that your way is the only way is wrong. And there's a lot of people doing that and feeding false information. So, all right. the last one. Let me see. Just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, how to cut my wide neck shirts. So this is from one of my buddies. Shout out Styles Fitness. Shout out Eddie. But my wide neck shirt. So I have a couple shirts that are wide necked, and I forget who the first person I saw. I can't remember if it's some guy I'd never seen before on TikTok, and I was like, oh, that looks cool. Or if it was a specific influencer. But basically, if a lot of my shirts, especially as I've started to put on some size, they don't fit me how I like them. For example, okay, this is a shirt I got from Walmart. It's a good day, don't ruin it. It's a beautiful day. But I don't like my shirts to like hug my arms. Like I said, I sweat, all right? I'm a sweaty guy. But so if they hug and they're tight, like the shirts are tight in my arms like that, and they hug my arms, they usually like get all cramped up in my armpit, and that shit's gross. So that's why I like oversized, because one, it's just more comfortable, and two, it's just, I like that baggy thing, and it's not gonna get all sweaty. It allows more aeration for my body. It just kind of keeps me cool. But so shirts but the thing is I don't like them loose like this if they're like above my elbow. I like the longer sleeves. So if they get like this shirt, it's just like kind of a morning or night shirt that I wear. But if they get like that, what I'll do is I do 2 fingers from this seam right here, from the collar. I do 2 fingers, and I keep that 2-fingered spread, and I just cut around the front and back. I don't go on the inside to do one at a time. I do both at the same time. And I would say don't go more than 2 fingers, because oftentimes after you wash it and wear it a couple times, the collar stretches out. But so anywhere from 1 to 2 fingers, and you're good to go. And it creates this, it opens it up. It's pretty aesthetic, especially if you got some traps and your stringer, your tank tops, popping off your traps, and it creates this wider look, because it just sits on kind of your shoulders, and it creates this pop. You can check out my Instagram. I think I got a couple pictures of me in one. But and they're super comfortable for just lounging around the house. You can do the same thing with hoodies and crew necks. So, but yeah, so that's the end of the Q&A. I hope to do some more soon. I'm going to be getting on my YouTube grind here pretty soon. Keep saying but yeah, I'm going on a trip back home to visit family and friends. So I'm hoping to get a little vlog of that, some gym videos while I'm there, things like that. But let's get into the posing video. It's just a couple clips of kind of befores and after. It's my mandatory poses for these clips I'm showing that we went over in this session. You'll see me try to hit it on my own at first, and then Blake kind of going and kind of moving me in certain ways. I cut the audio because I'm paying for his service, and I mean you can see him making gestures and stuff, but at the same time I want what he's telling me in our conversations to be kind of a little more personalized and confidential, because I'm obviously paying him. So again, shout out to Blake. But yeah, I'll see you guys later.
Tadow! that thing so beautiful. She just hit my heart, oh. Full force and she got me like, I be like, baby, why you so fine? Got to make you mine. So hard to find. They be like, oh, how'd you do the thing? The way that you do it and she ain't even show nothing. She be walking around so confident, so heaven sent.
Alright guys, thank you for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the Q&A. I'm sorry again that it took so long. I hope you guys enjoyed the little posing clips as well. But next I think I'm going to do another gym video. Maybe like a full day of eating with me as well. Like I said, I'm going to be going on that trip pretty soon, so doing a vlog of that, and I'm going to just try to be pushing out more content. So if you enjoyed, like, subscribe. You don't got to turn on notifications. If you want to, you can. I mean, that means a lot. But again, I thank you guys for all the support. It really means a lot, because this is something I enjoy doing, and you know, and all the stuff that we have to do and not necessarily enjoy. It's nice getting support for something I do enjoy. So again, thank you, and I'll see you guys next time.